Where am I? Mole's Harvest Moon by Judi Abbot. The leaves were turning golden brown and falling from the trees, and the wind was getting chilly as 6 friends were planning a harvest feast.
Come back to my home,
Said Mole.
let's have a feast there.
Perfect, agreed Rabbit. Hooray! Shouted Bear. What a treat.
I'll cook, said Duck. We could have delicious buttered corn on the cob, stuffed mushrooms, and a creamy pumpkin soup.
And I can make my special apple, pear, and berry pie, said Dog.
said Mouse, sounding a little worried.
Do we have all the ingredients?
Well, I have all the main ingredients in my kitchen cupboard, said Mole. But we will also need some things from the other side of the Whispering Woods.
Some of us should stay here to start getting the feast ready,
said Duck. So Bear, Mouse, and Rabbit agreed to go and gather the other things they needed.
They set off with some baskets and a huge sack to carry it all home.
Try to get back before dark, called Mole. But if night falls, then just look out for the harvest moon. It will guide you right back to my home in the hill.
It's going to get dark soon. We must hurry,
Squeaked Mouse.
Don't worry, Mouse, smiled Bear. Mole promised us that even if it gets dark, the light from the harvest moon will lead us home. But Mouse was still worried. The sky was getting darker, and so the friends hurried on. Soon they reached an orchard filled with delicious-looking apples, and a little further on were more trees full with juicy pears. They chose the ripest fruit to go with the berries for Dog's special pie. But as they followed their steps back through the woods, they realized that they were being followed. 3 figures were slowly creeping along the path behind them. It was the wicked weasels getting chased. The friends rushed deeper into the woods just as the cloud shrouded everything in darkness again. Luckily, the weasels couldn't see where the friends had gone. "Quick, I have a plan," whispered Rabbit, and they hurried to get ready. It was a huge, ghostly, frightening figure with a horrible grin on its face. It glowed as it loomed over the terrified weasels. But it was only Bear, Mouse, and Rabbit in disguise. They pulled off the sack and the pumpkin head, and they laughed and laughed at how they tricked the wicked weasels. Then they quickly gathered up the food that they carefully stored and hurried on their way. And as they looked up, there it was, the shining harvest moon, hanging in the sky just above Mole's home in the hill.
As the friends reached Mole's hill, Mole, Dog, and Duck rushed out.
We've been so worried about you,
Cried Duck.
There's a terrible monster in the wood. A monster,
Said Mouse.
There wasn't a monster, just a band of wicked weasels.
And there, in Mole's living room, looking rather shaken, were 3 wary weasels.
Meet my friends the weasels.
Said Mole.
We were worried, so I sent them to help you home. They know the woods so well, but they ran back in terror saying they seen a monster.
While Duck, Dog, and Mole finished preparing the sumptuous feast, Rabbit and Mouse took turns in telling the whole story. And, just as you said, Mole, the lights from the harvest moon helped us find home, finished Rabbit, giving him a big hug. Throughout that evening, in front of the roaring fire, the 6 friends and the friendly weasels, full from their harvest feast, laughed, played games, and told stories together. And through the window, silently shimmering above them all, shone the brilliant, bright harvest moon.